What's going on YouTube? Before we dive into today's video, it is my birthday, which means if you've been following me for a while, you know today I am running a 30% off sale to join the Inner Circle right now today. The link is in the description, sfinnercircle.com. When you join, you get immediate access to my brand new app, which has calorie tracker, barcode scanner, new workouts every month, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, massive exercise database, the ability to change and substitute your exercises based on your individual needs. We give you your calories, your protein, your fiber. It has literally everything you need to help you achieve your goals: a consistency counter, weight tracker, photo tracker, measurement tracker. We give you accountability message every day when you log in. We're gonna send you a message that's gonna help you stay on track for that day, and it's gonna help you with your strength training, with your nutrition, with your accountability, and now even with your mobility, because not only is the Inner Circle 30% off today, but also we are launching 3 brand new mobility programs that you can do in conjunction with the strength training programs. So we have 3 programs. 1 program is for your shoulder mobility to help you go overhead. 1 is for your toe touch mobility to help you be able to touch the floor no problem. And the other is for your squat mobility to help you get a very nice, deep, effective squat. That's why in this video, I'm gonna give you 1 exercise you can do for each of those: 1 for your shoulders, 1 for your hamstrings, and 1 for your squat. And also, if you wanna join the Inner Circle, you can get all of those programs as part of your membership. If you want to support me, or if you want to get access to my strength workouts, nutrition programming, mobility workouts, everything I have to offer, it's all in the Inner Circle. I don't sell anything outside of the Inner Circle. So if you want anything, get in the Inner Circle today. It is 30% off. Let's get into the video. All right, first we're gonna start off with an exercise for your shoulder mobility. Next, we'll do squat, and finally we'll end with the toe touch hamstring mobility. For your shoulders, before we even get into the exercise, I want you to pick a light weight. You don't actually even have to use a weight. You can just do it with your body weight, but it is nice to have a light weight for reference. This is not a maximal strength exercise, so don't try and challenge yourself with super heavy weight. Keep it very light. You're gonna get into this half kneeling position just like this, but I actually want you to bring that front leg out wider. I don't want it to be straight on. There's a time and a place for that. This isn't it. So you're gonna get nice and wide here. You're gonna pick the weight up. If you're using a kettlebell, I want you to hold it upside down. Dumbbell, you don't have to do it this way, but I want you to hold it just like this. Now, what you're gonna do here is you're actually gonna keep your torso stationary. You're not gonna rotate yet. You will soon. What I want you to do is I want you to try and bring the kettlebell all the way around your head without rotating your torso. Okay, so one more time, I'm gonna bring it all the way around my head. And then once I get here, then I rotate. In this position, I take a deep breath in, then I exhale. Come back to the start position, I do it again. I go all the way around my head. Here, rotate, deep breath. You're gonna do 5 to 8 repetitions on that side, then you're gonna switch 5 to 8 repetitions on this side. So from here, I'm gonna bring the kettlebell around my head, rotate, then come back. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. As I'm rotating, I am not hyperextending my lower back. I'm not doing this. I keep my ribs down, I keep my chest down, and I'm not doing this with my back. I bring the kettlebell around or the weight around, or if I'm not using any weight, that's fine. I keep it all around just using my shoulders. That extra rotation with the breath gives you some extra thoracic rotation. It's in your upper spine. It helps align your ribs and gives you some access into your ribs, which really has major carryover into your overhead mobility. Take this slow. This is not a movement to be going nice and super fast with. Nice and slow and easy, very deliberate with the movement. By the time you're done, your shoulders will be feeling great. Your upper back is gonna be feeling great. Your posture is gonna be feeling great. It's a phenomenal exercise for your shoulder mobility. Now let's go into your squat mobility. So for your squat mobility, we're gonna do an exercise to attack your ankles and your calves. I don't know why I said attack. We're not attacking anything. We're just going to be improving your ankle and calf mobility. Now, this exercise is called a weighted calf stretch, but we don't start with the weight. At the very beginning, you can do it unweighted, and you're just gonna begin just like this. You're gonna have one hand on your knee and the other hand on top of that. You'll notice that throughout this entire movement, my heel stays on the ground. I am not letting my heel come up. So my heel stays on the ground. I'm just like this, and I'm going to lean forward. And if you aren't able to go very far, that's totally fine. Go as far as you can comfortably go. I don't want you working through pain. So if this is as far as you can go at the beginning, Great, you just rock back and forth. And what I want you to think about is imagine that you had an orange in between in the knee pit, right? You have your knee pit. Imagine you're trying to make orange juice. You're trying to squeeze that orange. So what's nice about this is not only are you just passively leaning forward, but as you try and make orange juice, you're actually gonna notice you feel your ankle muscles here, the muscles in the front of your ankle are gonna be flexing. You're gonna feel them trying to move upwards, which is a major component of improving your ankle mobility that a lot of people overlook. Let's say you can do this, no problem at all. You can get a couple inches with your knee over your toe and your heel stays flat on the ground. Well, now you can start adding weight on top of it. So from here, same exact thing. You still want to think about making orange juice, squeezing that orange, trying to flex your toes up towards your knee so you feel these muscles working. But this is it. You go back and forth. You can do about 8 to 12 reps per side. Just like with the shoulder mobility, you're not supposed to be going super fast. It's not explosive. Nice and slow and deliberate, breathing throughout, and then you can go to the other side. Now, if it's too difficult to sit like this on top of your foot, you can just come up here and do it just like this. Again, keeping that heel down. You don't have to be seated in this position if it's a bit uncomfortable for you. That is the squat mobility exercise. Now let's get into the hamstring toe touch mobility. All right, let's get into one of my favorite exercises for hamstring mobility and flexibility. This is called a dynamic hamstring stretch. Now you'll see I have a PVC pipe in this hand. Ideally, you'd have something to hold with both hands, but you don't need it, especially if you have good balance. If you don't have good balance, get something to hold with at least one, if not two hands. What you're gonna see me do is I'm going to put one foot up on the box. With the foot elevated, this is already suggesting that you don't have absolutely god-awful hamstring mobility. If it's terribly, terribly, terribly awful, do it on a lower surface or even on the ground. That's totally fine. But if you want a little bit more of a starting stretch, you can elevate your foot, and the better your hamstring mobility is already, the higher it can go from the beginning. Most people can start out at a box about this height, maybe a little bit lower. If it's really, really tough for you right now, more than welcome to start on the ground. Anyway, there's two main movements here. So the first movement is you're just going to be going back and forward. And you'll notice it looked like I said that backwards. I said back and forwards. I'm saying that properly. When I'm saying back, I'm referring to my hips shooting back and now my hips shooting forward. I'm not referring to my upper body. I really want you to focus on keeping your chest tall, really good posture, sending your hips back to the wall behind you, and then forward. You should feel a big hamstring stretch as you send your hips back. The caveat here, or caveat, I don't know which was the right way to pronounce it.
Caveat.
I actually oftentimes will prefer you to have a slightly bent knee and driving your heel down into the bench the entire time. This is not just passively standing here going back and forth. I want knee slightly bent, backwards and forward, and as you come back, you should be driving the heel down, probably at like a 7 or 8 out of 10 intensity, so pretty hard, driving down, and still driving down throughout this movement. You're gonna do about 8 to 10 reps, and then you're going to switch sides. Once you do the back and forth option, you're gonna do the exact same thing, still driving that heel down with a slight bend in the knee. And from here though, instead of going back and forth, we're actually gonna do internal and external rotation. So here, slight bend in the knee, heel driving down, internal, external rotation. You're gonna get a little bit of a different aspect of your hamstring. Keeping tension, pressing down with the heel throughout the entire time. Then you're going to switch sides. Again, about 8 to 10 reps per side. This is a phenomenal drill for your hamstring. If you are not feeling it in your hamstring, you're doing it wrong, right? You should absolutely feel it there. What I would recommend is to make sure, for example, let's say you're doing this and you don't feel it in your hamstring. Odds are you're leaning too far forward, you're getting too much range of motion with your upper body and not actually moving your hips. Once you start moving your hips and sending them to the wall behind you, you're gonna feel your hamstring significantly. And don't forget to keep the tension pressing down with your heel. That's a major component of getting your hamstring not only more mobile, but also more strong as well. That's it. That's all I got for you. Today is my birthday. I'm gonna go celebrate with my family. I hope to see you in the inner circle. Today it is 30% off if you join right now. Link is in the description. We have a calorie tracker. You can track your calories, protein, your fiber. We give all those numbers to you. You have a barcode scanner to track your food. You've got strength training programs. You've got 3 brand new mobility programs like we just outlined here for you. Comprehensive mobility programs for you to do in conjunction with your strength training. We have an amazing group community. Everything you need inside the inner circle. You can get it for 30% off today. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. I'm gonna go celebrate with my family. Talk to you soon.